he was so dignified when he was dropped, and he carried on working. And then when he was called back, again, head down, keep working. If it was me, I'd have gone, told you so.
Beckham's free kick. Terry! Oh, welcome back! Beckham delivers!
Where does it go from here, do you think, with England? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm hoping that I'll play the rest of the games leading up to the championships. You know, I just want to enjoy the games and hopefully be in each squad, reach 100 caps, and then take it on from there. You know, I'm not looking to get to 100 caps and then finish. I want to play for England, even though I am playing in America. I want to carry on playing in, you know, for the country.
You can see it in you, you've got your confidence back, and obviously having not seen you in that period where things were tough, you're obviously an emotional person. It obviously does get to you. Oh no, without a doubt. I'm one of the most emotional people you'll meet. You know, I'll sit there and we'll be watching a film that's not even upsetting, and Victoria will turn around to me saying, "Are you crying?" And I'll get slaughtered for it. But I've been an emotional person when I'm at home, and an emotional person when I'm at work, and that's the way I've always been, and the way I'll always be. But perhaps people shouldn't confuse that, the fact that you're emotional, with the strength you have in you. I am an emotional person, but I've also got a side of me that believes that I can do anything if I've got the belief and I've got the confidence. It's not an arrogance, it's just a belief. And you've got it back? I've got it back. The scene is set for David's last game for Real. His time here has not been all plain sailing, but it began with some of his best ever football. But 6 months ago, things turned sour for Beckham in Madrid. When he announced he was leaving for America, the club reacted badly. Once the cameras had gone, he would train on his own. For the first 15 minutes, I jogged around with the whole team, and then when the press was moved away, me and Ronaldo was told to go and train on our own, and it was tough to take. It was really tough to take, because not just as a footballer, but as a man, I felt sort of really belittled, and then, you know, I remember being at home one afternoon. And one of my best mates rang me up, Dave, and he said, "Have you seen Sky News?"
La decisión del jugador, ha hablado con el club, ha decidido de irse a Los Angeles.
And he said, Fabio Capello's just gone on the telly and said that you'll never play for this club again.
No va a jugar. Entrena con nosotros, pero no va a jugar.
And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I think that he was surprised that I didn't say, OK, you know, let's get, you know, the Galaxy to pay the contract out, and I wanted to stay here for the rest of the season, and I'm thankful I did, because, you know, things have turned around. I've worked hard, I've trained hard, and he gave me another chance. 1 month after being dropped, he'd got his place in the team back. He's very clear about his motivation. I just think the love of the game. I know it sounds tacky, but that's all I know. You know, football is something I love doing, always have done, always will do. And when I've been hurt in the past, I've always come out fighting. I've never been a person that will just accept it. Obviously, after the World Cup, I'd been left out of the England team, and then getting left out of the Real Madrid team, you know, sort of really battered my confidence as a footballer. And I'd never had that before, because football is what I love doing, football is what I enjoy and feel safest doing. And when the confidence was taken away from me, you know, it took a big part out of not just me as a footballer, but my personality and you know, I was a nightmare to be at home with.
He was a bit down, you know, but I think that that's the great thing about having a close family, is your family bring you through it. I mean, I remember when he hurt his, I think it was his knee, and he'd had a couple of really good games for Real Madrid, hurt his knee, and he was sitting in front of the television and he was so depressed, and I looked at him and I would just do everything to try and pull him out of that, you know.
It was a really, really difficult time for me.
Even Fabio Capello now regrets the way things turned out.
Mira, yo creo que David podría estar aquí tranquilamente en los próximos años. Me gustaría eso, pero los contratos son contratos. Este tema necesitaba resolverlo antes de que firmaba con los Galaxy, pero no se puede hacer nada en ese momento.
I'm playing football like people know I can play football, and many people doubted that, and doubted that I still had that in me, where I love that people doubt me, because it's when I'm at sort of my strongest.
David is back on top of his game and back in the Real Madrid side, poised to win La Liga and planning his American adventure. He's convinced he's made the right decision, despite having other offers.
I'd played for Manchester United. I never wanted to play for any other English club. It would have killed me to have played for any other English club. I never wanted to obviously play for another team in Spain. I had offers obviously from Italy, but I just felt that I needed a challenge. And there's going to be people that are sceptical about the move, saying, is it about the money, is it about other things? You know, am I going into semi-retirement? Where I see it as another big challenge for me.
In a family sense, in a footballing sense, the Premiership must have been a possibility in your mind.
I think that was very tempting to actually make a decision where, you know, I was going to be around my family more in England. But sometimes you have to look at the big picture, and for me the only option was America. It was a decision that I didn't take lightly, and one that I definitely didn't believe I rushed into. It was just, you know, at the time for me it was the right thing, and it is now.
And in terms of the future, there's a few things obviously that it will throw up. First, there'll be the thought that America beckons, Hollywood beckons, that this is all part of the overall plan. No?
Hollywood's never been part of my future plans. Again, it's another one of those things that's come up just because the fact that obviously we're moving to LA, and you know, I've been part of obviously the Goal movies as well, but that's as far as it'll ever go. I won't be involved in any movies. I'm not an actor, I'm a footballer.
Beckham is a footballer, but he's also the most famous one on the planet. Just before his final game for Real, the United States of America has come to Beckham in Madrid to shoot his first major TV commercial for ESPN, the world's biggest sports network.
Well, today we're filming a promo for ESPN. So they've got like 70 extras which are screaming at me and shouting, please don't leave, and waving Spanish flags.
Not since Pele arrived 30 years ago has there been this much excitement around soccer in America, and it's going to rejuvenate MLS.
It's sort of bringing home to me the fact that in a week I'll be leaving Madrid. It's great filming it, but it's a little bit emotional as well.
I absolutely think that David Beckham's arrival in America will be a success. He will sell out everywhere he plays. This is going to change the face of soccer in America. There's no doubt about it.
It's going to be, I think, a great atmosphere when I first walk out onto the stadium, you know.